So, Mike, Penn State's had 2 weeks off. Oh, wait, I know they played Minnesota last week, but that one game wasn't as easy as I thought it would be against Minnesota, and I think injuries.
I didn't think it would be easy. I didn't think it would.
You didn't? Well, I guess a new. Their coach looked like the one time for Minnesota. He bent down and looked like a little bit like Gordy Jones. He had a hat on, but he had the whisker. I thought Gordy was covering the sideline.
Wow.
Go back and watch the replay.
He can X and O. Gordy can X and O. There's no question about that.
Basketball a little bit more than football, maybe, but
he's versatile though.
What did you learn, just briefly, about Minnesota, then we'll look ahead to Michigan here. Was there anything you took positive or negative from the Minnesota game with Penn State?
Well, I think Joe has been saying for weeks now, we just need to make some plays, and that's kind of a sort of a catch-all thing that coaches say. Well, of course you got to make plays, but they really did make some plays in this game. I mean, they didn't dominate Minnesota. Minnesota moved the ball, had more first downs, had more total yards than Penn State. Penn State made plays in this game. Big interception with a long return followed by a long touchdown pass. And Robert Bolden, I thought, until he got hurt, played by far the best game he has played. I thought he was terrific for a quarter and a half. And then the old head trauma thing reared its ugly head, so to speak, and that's another topic.
Concussion for him. The quarterbacks that came in, Newsom ran the ball, didn't throw it. McGloin comes in, has some nice passes, a couple touch passes.
Yeah.
The one to Moyne in the end zone was fantastic.
Yeah, that
Good
was a great throw,
great catch. Okay, who's going to be the quarterback on Saturday against Michigan?
Well, I'm certain that it's going to be McGloin, although I will. Let's start with this. It should not be Bolden. Because Bolden, whether or not, and they didn't say what his injury was, there certainly is no evidence at all that there was an injury, any other injury to any other part of his body, and if there was, they would have said so. So I think it's a very safe assumption to say that there was a concussion issue there. And if there is, if he showed symptoms of concussion after then, on Saturday, he should not play this week. That's the first thing. I think it's going to be McGloin. I think McGloin will start and get most of the snaps. I think Newsom, I almost said McNewsom. Newsom will definitely play, and I think when he plays, it'll be more of an option running type thing. But McGloin, I think, will start. I
think you're on to something. I like the McNewsom. I'm going to write that down. We're going to use that on Saturday, I think. But I think they need to go with a McNewsom approach to this because it's going to be harder for the defenses. One throws the ball, one runs the ball. It's a nice extra weapon.
It at least
to have
gives Michigan a little something more to prepare for.
Michigan, the spread is what for this game?
The spread opened at an astoundingly small 1.5. I just could not believe that. We were talking about it after the Minnesota game, some of the other writers, and none of us had it less than 7. I said 10.5. I mean, I just don't see how Penn State, as beat up as their defense is going to stop Michigan. And I think Michigan, 2 straight losses and then a bye week, 2 straight losses to high-quality teams, and then a bye week. I think this is a tough spot in the schedule. I think Michigan has a chance to kind of refocus and look at their season in a new way, and I just think it's an awful spot for Penn State.
Robinson for Michigan should be playing.
Yes.
He's back from his injury.
Yes.
Michigan's defense is not that great.
It's not very good. It could be a high-scoring game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Penn State has not done well in these primetime games, though. When was the last time they won a primetime, all the attention?
Well, I guess at Ohio State 2 years ago.
Okay.
When Clark got his concussion.
Oh, that's right.
I think that would be the one I would point to. That was definitely a big game at night. But the other thing about this is, you got to believe that Penn State's going to have to score 40 points. Can they score 40 points? Michigan's not a good defense, but they're not a total sieve. I'm astounded at this point spread. It's Penn State, Michigan. It's at night. It's on national TV. It should be fun. There should be some points scored. But, to me, it's a tough spot for them.
Should be a whiteout game, correct?
Absolutely. It is a whiteout game.
Nice.